Folks on the phone, it is I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. Potentially a pleasure to welcome back to the program the host and proprietor of the David Feldman Show, I believe it is, that runs both on a Pacifica station out in L.A., is my understanding, and also is available as a podcast. David Feldman, welcome to the program.
Hey, thank you for having me on, Sam. And I want to compliment you. It's very brave to have a truth teller like me on the show. So,
well,
I tell the truth. You
do. You tell the truth. And I like to think that we've had other people who come on the show who tell the truth. But if you want to feel like you're the first one, that's your prerogative.
Well, I'm a little different from the other truth tellers because I see the slippery slopes that are out there. And I also recognize the existential threats, unlike the other truth tellers you have on your show. So,
well, what would you like to start with? What truth would you like to lay on us that is that much more truthful than the other truth tellers that we've had on the program? I mean, you're clearly implying that you're both more truthful and more courageous. Is that it? Is that the sense I'm getting?
Because I'm brave enough to recognize slippery slopes and existential threats that are out there. For example, they're demonetizing Louder with Crowder. And that is an existential threat to new journalism, and it's a slippery slope.
It's an existential threat to new journalism. So you're suggesting that Steven Crowder is a journalist?
I'm suggesting that first they came for Louder with Crowder, then they come for Jimmy Dore, and when they come to me, I won't be able to say anything because they got rid of the First Amendment. That's why.
But why wouldn't you be able to say anything if you've been demonetized? You'll still be able to speak, yes?
Yeah, but what's the point if you can't get paid to speak? That's the whole point. I want to get paid for my opinions. And once they take my money away, why bother to opine on things I have no right to be talking about?
That's actually, I mean, I think that I understand the point you're making, but I thought that the point for you to opine was to speak out on behalf of the truth. I mean, you start off by saying you were a truth teller.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't seem like you've qualified that truth telling with having to get paid. But I guess you're saying are you a truth teller for hire, or are you just a professional truth teller? Like you don't do it. You're not an amateur truth teller.
Hey, I read a book 2 years ago. Okay. And I repurpose that book every day on my show. I just regurgitate this book that I read in different ways, and I layer on emotion,
right.
And it's very compelling, and I should be paid for that because I believe what I'm saying, and I want to get paid for that. And occasionally, I cross the line and reveal how misogynistic and racist and homophobic I truly am deep down inside. But hey, I'm a comedian. Sometimes I don't know where the line is. And I want to get paid for trying to negotiate that line. Because it's an existential threat and a slippery slope to demonetize these guys. And, you're glib. You're glib.
Well, all right, wait a second. Before we get to my glibness,
totally
I have to ask you, what was the book that you read?
Listen, Liberal. By Thomas Frank. I read it 2 years ago. That's all I need to know.
Okay.
I read that book 2 years ago, and I can go on 5 days a week and just repurpose that, just with a little screaming and yelling. Sometimes I cry. I make it about me, like Jon Stewart testifying by the House Judiciary Committee. Standing ovation. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Standing O.
Now, wait a second.
Standing.
Now, do you take issue with Jon Stewart's testimony because he wasn't paid?
He wasn't paid, but it was really good PR, good exposure.
Good exposure.
Standing ovation. And he told Congress to do its job, which was very brave, to tell the House Judiciary Committee to do its job. I mean, who talks to the House Judiciary Committee like that other than Candace Owens?
All right, so you've mentioned the existential threat, and I guess the slippery slope here. So you're worried basically that they're coming for your money.
I'm not. No. I love this country. I love this country, and I'm not going to tell you how to do your show because I watch it. You know that I watch this show.
I've picked up on that. Yeah.
Okay, and you were talking about the debates. You're upset about the lineup for the Democratic debates?
Well, I'm not upset about it. I'm assessing it.
Yeah, because you're not a truth teller and you don't see slippery slopes. Don't you think the debates are an existential threat to the Democratic Party?
Well, in what respect?
Well, why are they having debates? Why do the Democrats have to have this circular firing squad and shoot themselves in the foot by debating? This is exactly what Trump wants. They want us divided and arguing and fighting among ourselves. We should be having. I'm a Democrat.
Wait.
Right, no,
Hold on. Wait. There are two particular types of absolute asshole personas that you seamlessly move in between, David Feldman, and I feel like now we're going from certain web personalities to certain MSNBC personalities. All of a sudden, where are we? Which direction are we going in?
I do not like ad hominem attacks. When you just called me Feldman.
Yes.
Why bring my religion into this? Can't I have a conversation without you calling me Feldman?
Well,
it sounds like you have a strong case for YouTube.